I spent the past few months watching hundreds of hours from the biggest creators in business, people like Alex Hormozi, Ali Abdaal, Iman Gaji, Graham Stephan, and even Cody Sanchez. And here's the thing, they might be in totally different niches, but they all follow the exact same pattern that built multi-million-dollar brands from YouTube. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down 5 things every millionaire creator does differently from everyone else, and how you can copy their frameworks to grow your channel and your business in 2025 going into 2026. So the first thing every millionaire creator does is actually separate their shorts from their main channel. And we're going to go through each one here. And so you're going to pretty much see this on every big channel that you go to. We have Iman Gaji here. You don't see any shorts on his channel. You have Ali Abdaal. You don't see any shorts here. Even Alex Hormozi, even Cody Sanchez. And this is all for a specific reason. It's because their main channels are more focused on authority and more depth content, and shorts act as like pretty much top of the funnel discovery. And a lot of these bigger creators don't want that horrible top of funnel audience because they have a short retention span. Typically, the people who scroll shorts have a really short attention span, and you don't want those people watching your 30-minute, your 40-minute, or even your 50-minute video, because that's going to destroy your retention. So what you want to do instead is keep that on a separate channel, ideally. Now, I do know some people will keep that on their same channel, and it's fine because you need a ton of views to actually make a big difference. But let's say your video actually does go viral, you don't really want that chance of your channel pretty much going to garbage happening. So ideally you just want to keep them separate. So if you're a business owner, you just need to treat shorts as like something that just captures attention, right? So put that on Instagram, on TikTok, on all those other platforms. You can even have a separate YouTube channel, but don't have that on your main one, because that attention is going to translate into just people looking you up. Maybe if they're interested, they can go to your main channel and watch a longer video. But you don't want that shorts on your main channel because those people have a really short retention span. And your main content is mostly for building trust, converting leads, and selling your offer, so you don't want to confuse the two. Now, if we actually look at their videos, you can see they're a lot longer. And so this is, ideally they don't want to have pretty much short form content on their main channel anyway. And even looking at Iman Gaji's most previous video, it's 54 minutes long. Imagine someone with a 15-second retention span watching this video. YouTube would not recommend it because they would think his video is not doing well, and they're just not going to push it out to the right audience. They're not going to push it out at all because it's just not doing well retention wise. And YouTube cares about people staying on the platform, and we also call this session time, retention time, etc., whatever you want to call it. So either way, let's just get into the second thing that most millionaire creators do on YouTube. Now, the second thing that a lot of these millionaire creators did with YouTube is they started very specific with their offer. Now, I know what you're thinking, oh, but they're super generalized. I mean, Iman Gaji is posting about social media marketing agency, very generalized, how to make money with AI. Even Dan Martell's doing this stuff, right? Now, what they did before, though, is very different from what they're doing now. Right now, they're very generalized because they reach such a big audience. It doesn't make sense to very niche in unless it's on a different business channel. But on their main channels, they're very generalized right now. But if we scroll back all the way, for example, Ali Abdaal, if I scroll back all the way down, you guys pretty much see he started with a lot of like school stuff, a lot of productivity stuff. But now he talks about very generalized stuff like creativity and entrepreneurship. But before, he's very niched in on like, he even posted about like doctor stuff, like how he started out as a doctor, and like school specifically, and like productivity kind of, etc. He kind of dominated that niche. When he really mastered that niche and got very known in that niche, pretty much the best and the top in that niche, he really got generalized and talk about pretty much anything now. And not actually anything, but obviously like generalized in terms of like entrepreneurship, how to find your life's purpose, etc., how to grow a YouTube channel in 2026. This is very generalized stuff. And like, if someone's talking about how to find your life's purpose, you're not going to watch some random guy. You're going to watch someone who actually knows what he's talking about, right? And so this guy is very, obviously known in a niche, and he has a lot of authority. And so moving on to Iman Gaji, he started with a lot of gym content, actually. He didn't really have a lot of this, this how to make money with AI, copy this digital product method. He didn't have this stuff. He started with a lot of gym content. He was like, you're really in tune with the gym. And then after he started with the gym, he started talking about SMMA. If I scroll down a bit, you'll actually see that. So you can see here, he started with SMMA. He kind of dominated this niche. He posted a bunch of videos about SMMA. He dominated it. Everyone knew him for SMMA. Then he got super generalized and talking about, pretty much generalized stuff that he's posting now. So he started with gym content. He was kind of known for that. Then he was starting with SMMA. That's where he got super known, and then he got super generalized and talked about everything. And we can even go even more in depth with how Alex Hormozi started with Gym Launch, and started kind of like talking about a lot of gym businesses. People knew him for like how to start a gym business, how to grow one, how to upsell, etc., things like this, right? Now he's super generalized with how to grow your business. That's pretty much it. How to grow your business, right? And so he's really known for that stuff. By the way, if you want our agency to handle everything for you, including the ideation, scripting, editing, thumbnails, SEO, and posting, all with the goal of getting you more views, more high quality leads from your channel, then click the first link below to pick your free strategy call with their agency. Otherwise, let's just get right back into the video. So the point is, they all follow the same formula and they owned one small island before trying to own the entire ocean, right? So what you want to do is own your niche, own which place you're in right now, what you want to, be known for, and then you can try to dominate the entire ocean, what you're known for that specific thing, right? And so don't try to take over the whole ocean, own your small island first. And before you make, how to grow business videos, make sure you make, videos with one specific transformation that you can deliver and dominate that space, and then you go into the more broader topics. Now, the third thing that all of these millionaire creators do is they treat YouTube as a system, not just, a regular YouTube channel. And Cody Sanchez does this extremely well. She has a bunch of lead magnets, right? And she's actually attracting her target audience, which is people who want to learn how to buy businesses, I'm pretty sure. And you pretty much see, yeah, she has it right here. She helps people own and grow local businesses, right? And she pretty much has videos all around her ICP. She targets them perfectly. And even if I click more links here, she has a ton of lead magnets. She has a podcast, she has a book, she has a community, she has a newsletter, right? She has so many things. She even has a get funding link, which I'm pretty sure is an affiliate link. She's helping people get funding for their business, right? Like there's so many lead magnets, and she's pretty much attracting their qualified buyers, which is the only reason she can have these lead magnets. And I'm pretty sure they're doing pretty well for her. And you can pretty much see on her channel, every single video is built to attract qualified buyers, not just random viewers. And so obviously all these videos have funnels, they have lead magnets, they have email lists, pretty much the whole entire ecosystem. She's keeping people in that. And so your YouTube channel should be your best sales rep, not your loudest, megaphone, right? So she's not reaching everybody. She's maybe not getting millions and millions of views, but she's getting hundreds and thousands of views from her ideal target audience, which is way better, because imagine this many views for B2B. That's a ton of money either way, right? Even if you're getting 200 views, 300 views for B2B, that's a lot of money that you're probably making from YouTube. Imagine 200 to 300 people watching your video and they're all part of your ideal target audience. That's way better than like a million views and no one's qualified, right? I would much rather it's 100 and 300 people watching that are obviously qualified for what I'm offering. And as you guys know, Alex Hormozi does this extremely well as well, but he is a lot more generalized than Cody Sanchez, I would say. And you can pretty much see he has a ton of lead magnets, which is pretty much going to be on his website. Obviously, he has this as his main funnel, which is his new book. Then if you go to his website, you can pretty much see exactly how he keeps people in the ecosystem. Now, the fourth thing that all these millionaire creators do is they have relentless packaging and iteration. And a really good example of this is someone named Dan Martell. He does this extremely well. If I actually go to his channel, let me click it on his newest video, actually. Actually, maybe not his newest video because it might not be tested as much. Let me go to a video called I quit drinking for 4,700 days. Let's see how this is packaged. And you can pretty much see what a lot of these millionaire creators do is they test a ton of things. Now, obviously, it's not him. Maybe he has an agency behind him, which, by the way, if you want to work with my agency to handle all of this for you, there's a first link below to book a free strategy call with my agency. But you can pretty much see with Dan Martell, he has a bunch of thumbnail changes. If I zoom in here, he has so many thumbnail changes. He changed it on the 3rd of October. Now, on the 1st of October, a second time on the 1st of October, a third time on the 1st of October, and then even September 30th. And I guarantee you, they're probably going to keep changing it if this video doesn't perform to the point that they want it to. And if I scroll down, you can even see some title changes. He changed it about like, this looks like about like maybe like 8, 7, 9 times, something like that. And this is really good. What a lot of these millionaire creators do is they keep testing, they keep iterating different things if they don't get the result that they want. And I do this with all of my clients. We don't just provide them one thumbnail, maybe like one video, right? We just keep testing, right? We test with the next video maybe, because you can't like edit the video after it's posted, but with the thumbnails, with the titles, you can definitely A/B test that. And we always provide different variations, different, title variations that we can use as well. And we A/B test with that. What works with this? What works with that? And we put them all together. If something works better than this, then we're going to use this type of packaging for the next video. And we're going to make sure that performs really well as well. And so that's why all these millionaire creators do this, because it works so well. And not even Dan Martell, but there's also Mr. Beast. If you've watched his videos, you can pretty much see from the time he first uploaded it to the time, like, let's say a week later, the thumbnails already changed. Even like an hour later after he's posted the video, I guarantee you the thumbnails probably changed, right? And we can even go to someone like Iman Gaji. Let's go over to his newest videos, actually, where you can pretty much see the thumbnail changes and the title changes. And if you're wondering how I'm seeing this, it's because I have vidIQ, which is an extension, which you can pretty much see what videos are performing on YouTube. There's going to be a link in the description. I'll put a link for you guys so you can actually sign up and get it for free. But if I head over to, let's say, this video, laziest way to make money with AI, let me pause that. Let's look at the thumbnail changes. Holy goodness, he has 9 thumbnail changes. Okay, so he has so many thumbnail changes. They all kind of drastically different. Like the first one and the last one are pretty much very different. And I guarantee you, this last one that he probably had is probably the best performing because he's left it for quite a while now. Or maybe it's just doing pretty well and maybe not the best. But the title changes, obviously, he has a ton of title changes as well, just like Dan Martell. And so it's not a question. All these bigger channels, all these millionaire creators are always testing and iterating, and that's what you need to do as well. They're pretty much packaging the product. And this is really important because you can have the best idea in the world, but if your thumbnail doesn't make someone want to click, if your title doesn't make someone intrigued, then there's no way you're going to get that click and no one's going to watch the video. So this is really important. Your packaging really does matter. Now, the fifth and most important thing that a lot of these millionaire creators do is they lead with their story, because that's exactly how most people are going to remember you, by your story. Maybe not your name, maybe not your face, but they're going to remember where you came from and how you became the person that you became today, right? And so, for example, Alex Ramosi, remember, he started with Gym Launch. He had a gym turnaround story. He was really poor. He didn't have a ton of things. And I'm pretty sure Alex Ramosi was even sleeping in his trunk at one point, which is pretty crazy. And to turn around and look at his channel now and look at the person he's become is pretty insane. And so this is how most people remember him. I remember him as someone who's really poor. You know, he had Leila Hermosi by his side, which is his wife, and now he's became successful in the gym niche, and now he's teaching people how to create a business, how to build a business, how to scale a business, right? Another person who does this really well is Dan Martell. I mean, we just clicked on one of his videos talking about how he used to take drugs, how he used to drink, and pretty much I see Dan Martell as someone who used to pretty much do all this, bad stuff, drugs, all this stuff, and now he's transformed into someone with a lot of discipline. He's in the gym, he's creating content consistently, and he's a $100 million CEO, right? He's the king of like buy back your time, right? And so that's how I remember him, and that's exactly how you should remember other people that you aspire to be like. You should remember their story. That's pretty much what these creators lead with, because that's the strongest emotional tie that they can get. Because imagine you're someone with a similar background, right? You're gonna look at this person like, oh my gosh, if this guy can do it, I can definitely do it too, right? And so this is really important to lead with your story. And even Iman Gaji here, who I'm pretty sure started out really poor. I believe his family was poor. He used to live with his mom only, and he pretty much just got up, did all the work at such a young age, and became a millionaire by, I believe, 18 years old, right? And so that's really impressive. And so they lead with their story and they use that as their marketing message. But you don't want to use like a fake backstory. You always want to be authentic and package your backstory, maybe where you've came from, what happened in the past, in a way where it just teaches people, entertains people, and pretty much inspires people. And so for me, that's going to be me pretty much quitting my 9 to 5 at 19, traveling the world. I mean, I'm in countries right now that I've never thought I would ever be in my life. I've used to see these countries on YouTube videos, and now I'm in these countries freaking creating YouTube videos, right? And so it's pretty crazy how life turns around, but you always want to lead with that story. And what a lot of these millionaire creators do as well is try to tailor their story in a way where it still intrigues and captures their ICP, right? So for me, I guess my ICP would be someone who's looking to scale with YouTube. I would have to tailor my backstory in a way where it kind of, goes to someone who wants to scale with YouTube. I probably wouldn't mention my age as much because that's going to attract a younger audience, because the people who are qualified for my offer are probably a bit older, probably around 25, right? Probably 20 to 25 to, whatever age, that you want to still make YouTube videos, right? So pretty much any age for me. But if you're very specific with your offer, let's say in the construction niche, you're probably going to target people who are a bit older, kind of tell your backstory in a way where it kind of speaks to those older people, right? And so just tell your backstory, make sure it inspires, teaches, and entertains. So to recap, number one, what you want to do is ideally separate your shorts from your main channel. Number two, you want to get very specific with your offer and your expertise. Number three, you want to think in systems. Number four, you want to pretty much test your packaging all the time. And number five, you always want to tell your story, because that's how most people are going to remember you. So if you want to turn YouTube into a lead generation machine for your business, then click the first link below to pick a free strategy called My Agency. Or if you're not ready, you can click this video here, which is a 40-minute YouTube crash course going in depth on how to grow your business with YouTube. So talk soon.